Hi, and welcome to Finding Erica. We have been talking about work at an exhaustion, right? If you saw my other videos, you have to see it if you haven't saw it. Okay, so I hope you did see it. But if you have not saw my other videos, check out the one where we're talking about winter work camping and short gig work camping, right? So today we're going to be talking about camp hosting, which is another spectrum of the RV life that is available to us as well. Now, I'm going to give you a little synopsis of what camp hosting is. Maybe you're new to the RVing world. Maybe you've heard it, but you're not quite sure what it's all about. Or maybe you're a veteran. You know all about this stuff, and you just a refresher is needed. Then guess what? This is the right video for you, and I'm glad that you came. So consider subscribing and becoming a part of my journey here at Finding Erica. Now, if you do not know, a brief little description of host camping is where you are working at a place and it's like bartering, right? You are giving your goods, which is service, for their goods, which is a space, right? So there's different types of services you can give, whether it's I've seen some for graphic design, I've seen some for working in the greeting center, I've seen some doing maintenance, I've seen some doing housekeeping, bathrooms, sites, whatever the need is for the park, right? And then in return, they give you a full hookup space. Ideally, a full hookup space. Some places they give you water and electric, and then you have to use your own portable dumping, but they do have a dumping station. But only look for those if that's what tickled your fancy, okay? And one of these things is there are a lot of times camp hosting is at state parks, at national parks, and at the Corps of Engineer parks as well. So we're going to take a look at what camp hosting looks like, what does the information details, and where you can find it. Because usually a lot of camp hosts are people who have some kind of income coming in, right? Like either disability or they have like a monthly stipend of some kind, whether it's from their social security or, from working, or they have a little nest egg. Or maybe you've worked all summer long and you're like, no, I need a break, right? And you've saved enough money and you want to be somewhere that's fantastic and you don't mind working a few hours to get the site, get the view, get a chance to explore the area, then camp hosting might be for you because it's not a paid position. Now, there are some parks that give a small stipend, but those are very, very hard to find, and usually when people know about it, they take those first. But we're going to take a look at some places that if you are interested in camp hosting, you can go and check out. So let's get started. Okay, you guys, we're going to start out with our first one here at the Florida State Park. Now, they don't make it easy to kind of find these on some of these websites, so you want to make sure that you're paying attention. A lot of times it's under Get Involved. So if you don't see at the bottom where it says Camp Host, look for Get Involved, and then it's usually underneath there. If you need it, here is the website page. You could put that in your search bar and take you right to it. But I just kind of wanted to show you this is what their homepage for camp hosting looks like. It goes into the volunteer status and it lets you know what camp hosting is as far as what it is that they're looking for. Park resident volunteers, a lot of that is places that are without a campground or overnight accommodation. So they're pretty much looking for somebody who lives in the area that will come and volunteer their time and then come back. So what we're interested in is the camp host position. So here it is. They have lots of different information and different perks. When you reach 50 hours of service granted by the family, you get free you get free passes to the park that you can share with your family. Different types of jobs in the park, and I'm just showing you all this information because these are different volunteers that they took pictures of. Now here it is where you're going to come down to where it says how do you sign up, because a lot of these you will have to create like an application portal, as you can see for the volunteer portal. So you can click on the application, you can see the list of parks, or you could also just go to the volunteer portal and kind of get started, which is what I did. I've already logged into my volunteer portal because I've signed up with them before. So this is what your page is going to look like. And then you go up here, you can go to home, and this is what it'll show you once you get logged in and you see everything. It'll have it all set up for you here. And then opportunities is next. And that's what we're looking for. Whether you're a solo traveler or you're doing it as a partnership with the camp hosting, whether people are wanting to get involved as a group or if you live in the community. So what we're looking for here is the camp ground host positions, right? And this is where it's going to tell you a little bit about more of it. It says it's a free RV site in exchange for 24 hours per week per campsite. And it says that it may be split between multiple occupants. So if it's two of you, you do 12 hours a week, you're good to go, okay? The maximum park stay is going to be 16 weeks in a 12-month period. So does that mean that you can only work 16 weeks out of a year at this particular park, right? So you can do it and then say, "Hey, I'm going to go somewhere else," right? So then 16 weeks out of 12 months, you want to keep that in mind and look at the assignments because some of these assignments are for long term. So we're going to go to more information, and then it's going to pull up what it is that we're looking for. So once you get to this page and it starts showing you what parks are available, then you're going to be paying attention to the information because, like we said, we want to make sure that it's somewhere you want to be. It's something that you could do as far as work is concerned, and that you will have the opportunity. So, like this one, campground host for October, so it's something that is available right now. It is high priority opening. It's in Hillsborough River State Park, which is going to be in the Tampa area, and we're going to click on it and read the information. So they're looking for somebody to work in the morning and the afternoon, and it's going to be telling you what they're going to be providing for you. So you're going to get a campsite with water and electric hookup. And so as you can see, this one right now has not mentioned anything about sewer. So you want to be paying attention to stuff like that, right? You're going to have access to the park. They're going to give you a shirt, a uniform with a name tag. You'll have access to the laundry facilities. And this is the other part you care about. What is it that I'm signing up for that I'm going to be working from October to December, right? So look through this carefully. Make sure it's something that you can do. Look through these hours. Like it says, it can be split between multiple site occupants. So your husband can do 12, you can do 12, and you still have time to relax, explore, and enjoy the area as well. And then they have their requirements, right? Some parks require that your RV is a certain age or newer. So you want to pay attention to that. Just in case you have an older RV, you want to make sure that it's accepted into the park. All right. So it says volunteers are required to live in an RV, travel trailer, or pop up tents are not provided. And I don't know if car camping is provided or vans or schoolies. That's something you'll have to talk to them about once you apply for the position. So then you just go here and then you apply, and then they will get in contact with you. Sometimes you get a kickback email with somebody's information in it. And I just wanted to show you that Florida has plenty of opportunities and plenty of things that they're going to be offering. Now, I don't know if all of them have an issue with the site not having sewer. We just know that that particular one did not offer it. It was just water and electric, but I'm sure they have sewer on site. Now, another thing you can kind of look for is the opportunity for camp hosting is not available to April. So some of these are not current, therefore the year coming up. It might be because they're already full. Somebody has already took those positions. So you want to look at that and make sure like this one is coming up in November. So just check those out. And this is an option. We got Florida. The next one we're going to be looking at is California. Looking at these because these are places that are very warm and a lot of people go there. So this is the campground and park hosting, and it is going to tell you some information about their parks, how many parks they have, where the applications are, and it'll tell you whether they're accepting at the moment or not. So this one is temporarily closed. This one might be accepting, and then they'll tell you what it is that they need. You can view the link down here. It says this campground and campground and day use is great for great winter host opportunities. So you want to see that. It's going to look for a 2 month minimum stay required. So if you go here, know that they're looking for a 2 month commitment and you get full hookup site. That is important. And it provides a host and a cell service is available. Woohoo! That sounds awesome, right? So you get full hookup, it's free. You got good cell service, that's free. And then they tell you here what you're going to be doing. Volunteers will be performing traditional host duties to include registering guests, collecting fees, conducting camp checks. That means to make sure that a person, if they're coming to check in, that they came, or the person that's in the site is in the right site. Selling wood, some housekeeping, so it might be just the bathrooms that need to be hosed down, make sure that they clean and stocked and have toilet paper, and then cleaning sites. So that's not a hard job, and they are hiring for that campground. So here it is. You're looking at different campgrounds. Make sure you click on it. We'll just click on this one. It says available. This one is going to be next year from May to September. Let's go back up and click on this particular one just because they are currently looking at places right now. You can click on it. It's going to take you to the campground site, right? And kind of show you pictures of what it looks like, where it is. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely beautiful. I would stay there for a couple months, right? And be able to do it. Now, here it is. We're looking at some information, and this is great because it's going to let you know how big those sites are, what's available at the site or at the park as in activities. You can see the map of the park. And by downloading the map, you can kind of get affiliated. You can do some research, is what I'm getting at as far as these parks are concerned. But they have a max on motorhomes and trailers. So if you are in a 44-foot travel trailer or a toy hauler, those are things you want to let them know because they might have a limit on how long the space is for camp hosting. I have 2 dogs. I always check this because I need to know that I'm going to a place that's going to be dog friendly. So you want to check that as well. Contact information, call there, ask some questions. Ask what is the weather like. Make sure it's not too hot, that it doesn't get too chilly, certain things. So this is just California. And sometimes people don't want to be up. Click back to Florida. Sometimes people don't want to be in California, but it is warmer weather, and that's what we're looking for. And there are different opportunities. So you can come to this particular website, kind of meander through, see what's available, see if there's something that tickles your fancy. Read through it is where you're going to get the most information, and I'm sure that you will set up an account, submit your information, and go for there. The last one we're going to be looking at is Arizona. Now, I know that Arizona can get pretty hot in the summer, but it does have some mild winters, right? It's not too bad. Arizona and New Mexico, I would say those two are kind of where if you don't want to go all the way west, this would be a nice happy medium because they extend kind of to the middle as well. So here it is with the camp hosting positions for Arizona. You can apply now. They have open spaces, and right now it doesn't look like they have too many, right? So you can even do a couple or a single. They're looking for 9 couples here, and you're gonna get. They got full and partial hookups, and it starts in November. And this one, as you can see, it extends a little longer, right, to April. So keep that in mind if that's something you want to do for an extensive period of time. You can always go, it says visitor center, maintenance, cabin cleaning, and special projects. So that's pretty much what they're going to be asking you to do if you're at this park. Now, here are some other parks. You can click on them, see what they have. It says seeking volunteers to serve for these positions right here. Uh, Gatehouse, that's not hard. That's just taking people's money at the gate. But you would have to click on the information and see if they have a space that they are hiring for camp hosts. So call them, find out, say, hey, I seen this on your website. I'm interested in such and such position. Will this come with a space? And talk to somebody if it is not on here for this particular position because some of these may not offer a space. It might be just looking for volunteers from in the community that want to come in and share their time, right? So here we go. Local volunteers. There you go. Local volunteers. These are all seeking volunteers, but at least some of them say that they're looking for local volunteers, which meaning that they're probably not going to provide a space. So the only ones that might be providing a space would probably be these up here. And then you could go and find these parks, click on it, and take a look. And like I said, here is where you're going to apply and set up an account, fill out the information, and go from there. Well, you guys, I hope you found this information helpful. If you're looking for something camp host, like I said, if you've made all the money you've wanted to make all summer and you want to do something a little bit slower, a little bit less demanding, but you still get a free space to continue moving around and living and exploring, you can consider camp hosting. Now, these are just 3 that we looked at. You can look in any and every state that you want to look in to see what's available and get on it. I'm telling you, get on it because they're filling up quick. As you saw in Arizona, they only had two parks that was still looking for people. So you want to make sure if that's something that will work for you, that you go ahead on and get on it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if it was, please consider subscribing to the channel, leave us a thumbs up, and join our Patreon. We would love to have you go along with us on our channel. We'd love to have your support for this channel. And we are so grateful for every view, like, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at our next stop. Bye for now.